threads sell? I fucking put the right price on them this time. I'm still all fucking upset about the shit, dude. Of all the things, like, this reminds me of that scene from Always Sunny in Philadelphia or whatever it was. Or was it Always Sunny where he's like, how old are you, dude? How old are you? Whatever, you know, like, are you 36 years old mad at a video game? It's like, are you 36 years old mad at a video game? Yeah, a little bit. Is that a problem? Aren't you? You should be mad at the same video game for me, right? Well, if you knew how seriously I took this shit, you guys. I haven't gotten that upset over a video game in a while. But it was like I had worked since the fucking, for the last 2 months, I was farming these fucking things, dude, and accidentally sold all fucking 7 of them, and, like, basically gave them to somebody. And it wasn't like a fucking Oliver Twist scenario either, where, like, it went to some nice, disheveled, poor inner-city family or whatever with a crack-addicted mother or anything. Like, it was probably just some regular fucking dick sucker on the internet. Got 5 or 7 of my spell threads for like 6 gold total. Oh, good God. What a nightmare. Yeah, it's almost so much gold I almost had to let my accountant know. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it, dude. Really. Went for a nice brisk walk. Couple miles, I guess, altogether. The weather is finally starting to get to where you can walk around outside. But it got cut to where it was going to be kind of rainy today. And I figured carpe fucking denim, bro. I was going to carpe them denims. And I went ahead and I went for a walk and got some grocery shopping done. So today all I'm eating is a half of a rotisserie chicken and like a fucking mountain of vegetables. Broccoli, mixed vegetables and all that. Oh, and some hamburgers later, but you know. I'm on this, not a juice cleanse, but like one of my meals a day currently consists of like all fucking carrots, bananas, kale, green leafy vegetables, apple juice, lemon juice, and then like I add 2 scoops of whey protein to it. Because I've never been one to eat like a whole lot for breakfast. But with that, I can drink that when I first wake up. You know, it holds me over for a few hours and has like hardly any calories. So it's like get you the amino acids and all that stuff without necessarily get your metabolism pumping, right? Without necessarily feeding you a whole bunch of fucking garbage. Fucking garbage. I tell you, man, I wrote a whole other chapter last night. And every time I'm like, one more chapter done, I'm like, God damn it, dude. I'm getting this close to fucking looking up Quentin Tarantino's email address. Sending him what I have so far. He wouldn't, yeah, I say like he wouldn't know, right? It's an inside joke, basically. But yeah, no, the joke is that it's an awesome story, I just don't know how to write. And I'm basically one notch above diagnosably illiterate, so it's the type of thing, it definitely needs a woman's touch before I would want to turn it into an actual movie or anything. But it would be good if I knew how to tell I know how to tell a story, I don't know how to read or write. But today, oh yeah, right. Why are you so very right? Today was a chapter about the morning of 9/11, of all things, right? Not a particularly happy time, obviously, but still, like, it's for reasons why I've explained previously, which offers preface to kind of the weird shit that my life consists of, right? It's one of the first, like, real tried and true instances of me having, like, a premonition of something and then it happening, or at least there being some kind of, like, weird coincidences occurring directly before or the day of. Weird shit happening, basically. And then my life after that has been on, like, an ever accelerated timeline of those sort of things occurring, right? In the last 4 or 5 years, it's been, like, all the fucking time, it seems like, right? So I figure it's significant, right? It's worth discussing, you know, at least exploring further, like in a book or in a movie, what it would. It's certainly worth exploring, like what could possibly be going on, right? So that being said, that offers the preface or the preface or whatever. I don't know if you want to French it up or whatever, as to you know, kind of just some of the weird occurrences that occur, like the weird shit that happens in my life that if I were to ever just to sit down without any explanation, like if it were just some guy telling a story, you would say I was making the shit up, you know, and I can't say I blame you because it would be very likely that I would say the same about you if you told me the same fucking thing. But I can provide enough proof on some of the claims and stuff that I make that would either indirectly or directly lend credence to the fact that the other shit I'm saying is also true. I just didn't have a document of it, or a good documentation of it at the time. It doesn't mean there isn't some record. Like at some point in time, like I can get like teachers and stuff in schools, testimonies, witness testimonies and stuff if I ever track the people down or whatever. But if it ever came down to it, I could prove the shit that I say. I just haven't had necessarily any reason to do that yet, and hopefully I never do. But they would sure as shit remember me though. Anyway, but since then though, as I've gotten older, there are some of the things though that are like documented on social media and all that stuff that you can't necessarily ignore. The fact of the matter is I've only got like 8 people that follow me on Twitter, so. But you would not be able to explain the shit away, period. You wouldn't be able to. Well, I say, not to say any skeptic, but any well-rounded skeptic would say, yeah, no, you got me convinced, right? I am utterly convinced that I could convince Penn and Teller. I'm sure I could. They'd believe me. And they're like my litmus test for things that really are and aren't tried and true bullshit. And I think with what I have, right, like I think I could convince them that at least something is going on, not necessarily, you know, I don't know what really, but 1388. Let's see here. Anyway, looks like someone wants to arena with me, or at least attempt to, so what I'm going to do is I don't know how they are about being streamed, so I'm going to